Alright, good morning, I think everybody. おはようございます、皆さん。How are you doing today? 今日はいかがお過ごしでしょうか？ This is 上白大使 here with another translation stream. So, as usual, we are gonna get right into it. Well, I mean, I say as usual, but we always dilly-dally a little bit before actually starting, do we? Is there anything we need to dilly-dally about today? No, I think we're largely fine, huh? We might as well get started. 早速始めましょう。let me see where we are last time. Where were we last time? 失敗した。廊下に出て行った。お前、足してやろうか。じゃないね。放送。エビナは、手叩いてクラスの注意引いた。そんなつまんねえ、エビせん。で、倒そうぜ。Yep. Okay, here we are. Hey Penguin. Hey Luis. Good morning. I sound tired. Do I sound tired? Maybe I do. I just put out like a fire this morning, so I mean it's fine now. It's put out now. It's done. Things happen. And Penguin, how are you doing? It is, I mean, it's 9 a.m. So I don't really know about it being a good day yet. I mean, the day hasn't really gone much, but it's alright. Put out a fire, so that's done. How's your day? Did you start it off with strawberry milk again? Alright, let's do this. 促した途端にクラスのお調子者がまるで面白いことであるかのように大声で言った。その時点でまだテロリストがやってきているという確証がない想定にもかかわらず、すべてをぶち壊しにする発言だ。2、3人の生徒が追唱して薄笑いを浮かべている。お前を倒してやろうかと言いたいのは山々だが、言えないのが教師の辛いところである。逆に幸いなのは大多数の生徒が迷惑そうにお調子者たちを横目に見ながら廊下を並び始めている頃だ。エビナがお調子者たちが続け上がらないように聞こえないふりで無視すると、目立つのに失敗した彼が面白くなさそうに廊下に出て行った。Okay. Let's see. 促した途端 just as Ebina was trying to get everyone moving. Sounds like you just woke up. No, I didn't. I woke up around 6 something as usual. Though I did sleep really late last night. I don't know why. I don't remember why. I'm so bad with my time management nowadays. I really ought to be better. Like I fell asleep from a food coma after dinner, and then I worked, and then I showered really late, and my schedule's all messed up yesterday. I don't know why. I really need I really need to do better. But yes, I woke up at normal time today, though I might be sleepy then. I'm surprised you can hear it from my voice. I mean, I didn't actually think that I was tired until you mentioned it. You ran out of strawberry milk? How could you? How can you survive now? No. Oh dear. Now you're dead. Go get more strawberry milk. Or were you trying to cut it? Were you trying to cut it? Which is it? どっち Just everyone trying to get everyone moving. クラスのお調子者 The rambunctious kids in class. Should I actually go rambunctious? More rambunctious students shouted. What? Shouted? What sounded like an alternate option. As if this was a game or まるで面白いことがあるかのように。As if something interesting had just begun. As if something interesting had just begun. The first Taishi clip is his tired voice. Nah, I just ran out. Plus, I realized maybe too much strawberry milk might be bad. So I'm sticking with juice recently. Interesting. I mean, technically it's just a matter of the calories, right? It doesn't really matter what it is you're drinking. It's just a matter of the calories. Technically, milk has calcium, so it's good for you. And strawberry is just the flavoring, so it doesn't really matter. It doesn't really count much. It's just a matter of, like, too much strawberry milk would be bad for you in so much as too much calories are bad for you, I guess. So it doesn't really matter as much, does it? And you can't ever have too much calcium. I mean, technically you can, right? But you'd have to purposely be doing it. You can never have too much calcium just by drinking milk every day. You know, that's not a thing. That's a healthy thing to do. It is healthy to drink milk every day. It doesn't matter if it's strawberry milk or banana milk or chocolate milk or any other milk. So, I mean, this is me justifying your secret pleasure. I don't know if you want to call it that. Rambunctious would probably be used by someone of an older generation. Shut up, I'm a boomer. Okay, I'll take a look at it. Hey, Ruby, good morning. How are you doing? The more, I mean, a bit like naughty. You know what? Let's synonym this. More boisterous, rowdy. Let's go rowdy, I guess. Rowdy. The rowdier students. It's rowdier, is it? Rowdier or more rowdy? I always have to do this every once in a while. Rowdier, there we go. So, 促した途端, so just as, so this is one of the cases where, like, it works against us that we're keeping the Japanese formatting of dialogue being separated into its own block and then narration being separated, right? Like this dialogue and then narration, right? Like usually, like for this fan translation, I'm doing it I'm keeping the same thing just because it's sort of easier this way. Because then I don't have to keep thinking of tags, right? Like dialogue tags. I don't like thinking of dialogue tags. Because it'd be like this is Ebina said, right? And then like another student said, right? And you can't just keep going said, right? So you have to think of different things. Like this person shouted, and this person mumbled, and this person murmured, and this person blah 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 blah. So I'm lazy. I'm too lazy to do that. But this is one of those situations where it works against us because this part is a tag. It basically is a tag. 面白いことがあるかのように大声で言った。大声で言った。So basically shouted. So basically, blah, 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 student shouted. Or shouted a student who, a rowdy student who, thought this was something interesting or whatever, right? So we have to sort of reverse it, sort of do it the other way, which is, yeah. Thanks, Taiji. Now I can finally convince my family that strawberry milk is still a good investment. I'm not sure you think about it as an investment. I mean, it's an investment in so much as it gives you a healthy body, I suppose. But if it's expensive, then there's nothing I can say about that. Is milk expensive where you are? Because milk is very expensive in Hong Kong, but milk is very, very cheap. I understand it to be very, very cheap in, like, say, America. I would imagine so in New Zealand too, because that's where Hong Kong imports all our milk from. New Zealand, Australia. All good. Got holidays for the whole month. Nice. I don't know what was the accent. I'm so jealous of people who have holidays, man. So jealous. What do you plan to do with the holidays? What specifically? I'm gonna be like your parent, right? Like okay, Ruby, you have a month of holiday now. How are you going to use this time constructively? What plans do you have for this month? I hated it so much when my parents did that to me. I would just be like, leave me alone. I just want to game all day. But I can't tell you that I want to game all day because it sounds unproductive. So just leave it alone. Don't tell me. Don't ask me. That was sort of how I felt about it. But it's okay. We don't judge here. You can say I plan to game all day the whole month and we won't judge. What are your plans? And just as everyone was trying to get everyone moving around the students, one of the rowdy students. クラスの調子者. Is there only one? もしして関わらず、2、3人生徒が追唱して薄ら笑いを浮かべている。So this is, I think there's only one. Class troublemaker. I think there's only one. Suggest an alternate option. As if something interesting had just begun. Treating what was happening as one whole, as a fun no, hold on. Taking a attitude toward the whole affair. There's a word for this. taking a there's a word for this. Cavalier. Yes. Attitude toward the whole affair. Yes, yeah. Yes, yeah. Oh, my parents keep doing that to me all the time. That's exactly what I'm going to do. So gaming and watch streams. Good timing for that too, considering Kumicho is back. That is true. I'm actually taking something of a break from streams and VTubers. Feel good not being a stream watching. Gosh, Penguin. Character development. What is this? People can change. Oh, wow. Well, I'm glad for you. I'm glad for you. I mean, it wasn't healthy before, so. I mean, in light of that, thank you for watching my stream, I guess. And Ruby, well, I'm jealous. But I'm enjoy this time. Enjoy this time that you have. Because when you grow old, like me, then you'll be jealous of all the kids that have summer holiday. And you'll be like, I want to game more. So this is your time to get all the gaming in. When you grow older, you're not going to have much time to game. Sounds so bad. Sounds so dark. Dark. I guess I have a pretty dark view of the world, of life. Alright, let's go. その時点でまだテレスとやってきているという確証がない想定にもかかわらず、すべてぶち壊しする発言だ。His light of fact and there. There was no proof. There was no there was no kakusho. There was no kakusho. Positive proof that the school actually had been invaded by terrorists at this point in time. So his comment was entirely meant to cause trouble, I guess. Take a little bit of liberty with the sentence, I suppose. この時点ではまだテロリストがやってきているという確証がない。ない想定にもかかわらず。Right, so like there was no positive proof, 確証, that actually been invaded by terrorists at this point in time. At this point in time, この時点でですよね。And then テロリストがやってきてる。Terrorists had come. The British are here! The British are here! にもかかわらず。So, despite, like, in spite of, right? So, the fact that there was no solid proof so far, right? すべてをぶち壊しにする発言. So, this was a comment to sort of destroy everything, or basically destroy order, right? So, basically to cause trouble, to stir trouble. Which makes sense, because he's a troublemaker. Summer break is almost over, and all I've done is work. 9 to 11 hours of manual labor. Here's someone on the other extreme. Oh dear. How are you holding up, Louise? I hope you're fine. Are you getting enough rest? 9 to 11 hours. 11 hours is a long time. That's almost 12 hours. That's almost... Whew, that is a long time. That is almost as long as I work, which is the whole day. So, ouch. Are you earning a lot from it at least, or maybe not a lot? Are you saving up the money for something? I'm still watching, but at a more healthy rate. Also, I somehow added 15 new novel series, and I want to crunch through them before they live eternally in my backlog. Well, I mean, it's good that you lowered the number of VTuber streams that you're watching. I mean, that is healthy, but now you're just replacing it with novels, which is still, you're really pushing yourself. I don't know, man. I don't. You do you, bro. You do you, bro. As long as you get enough food, enough sleep, and you have the time to spend on this, you go for it, I guess. I mean, it's holidays from work, so I don't think it'll change much from here. What? Your work gives you a month of holiday? What the fuck? Is it paid holiday? What the fuck? That's 30 days. 30 days of annual leave. What the fuck? What the fuck kind of job is that? Bro, I'm really jealous. What the fuck? I get 3 hours of sleep and I go to physical therapy. I don't. Is that not going against? Hold on. You manual labor, right? And then you do physical therapy. Is that not like against? Like, is that not like working against each other? I don't. And you're not sleeping properly. That's not healthy, but. Why am I here talking about who's healthy and who's not healthy? Who am I? A doctor? I'm not a doctor. I'm just trying to be caring and considerate. And here I am pronouncing people's lifestyles healthy or not healthy, which I am in no position to talk about. 2、3年生とが追奨してすら笑いを浮かべている。2 or 3 students smirked a little. Or let's go sniggered a little in response. I very, very rarely get to use the word snigger, so let's use the word snigger. So look, like usura warai, they smile faintly. So basically they smirk, Basically it's, he's the troublemaker, but he's getting his attention. That's why he makes trouble. Troublemakers make trouble to get attention, and these are the people who gives them attention. They go like, okay. お前を倒してやろうかと言いたいのは山々だが言えないのが教師の辛いところである。Ebina wanted very much to say, how about I bring you down? But having to swallow down comments like this was one of the factors that made it tough to be a teacher. Right? お前を倒してやろうか, so how about I bring you down? Like, so obviously, 倒そうぜ, so it's like 倒してやろうか. So we have to use the same wording from here. Like, so let's bring down a terrorist is what we said before. So how about I bring you down? と言いたいのは山々. He really, really wants to say it, right? He very much wants to say it. And obviously, it doesn't say Ebina in here because the subject is gone, as it always is in Japanese. 山々だが言えないのが教師の辛いところである。But he can't say it. 言えない. He can't say. He wants to say it. He wants very much to say, but not being able to actually say it. So it would be like, but not being able to say it, you know, but like that would be repetitive with this, so we are reverting it to having to swallow down comments like this. が教師の辛いところ It was one of the things that made it hard to be a teacher. It was one of the factors. Yeah, factors, things. It's fine. I made it. Being a teacher so hard. You can't say random shit like this. Yeah, paid holidays got 22 days a year. Fuck, nice. Krillin, hey, how are you doing? Lewis says, I'm fine once school starts. I'm starting a new job. Good. I'm glad to hear it. By the way, your Ian explains meme correctly on Hachima's meme review cracked me for a good the other day. I'm glad you liked it. I was very surprised. I wrote that because I was very, very surprised. Which is a terrible thing to say, maybe. She gets it wrong almost all the time, right? But then, like, this one, she actually got it right. So I was proud of her. I was like, hey, good, you got it correct. Like, I distinctly remember when I did it. I first did Ian explains meme, right? I did that. And then, like, when she kept going on and she was correct, I was very, very surprised. Immediately, the next line right after that, I explains meme correctly. Next line, immediately, I was like, it's correct? It's correct? Oh my god! That was the pie meme, wasn't it? I think that was the pie meme. And Kiara was impressed as well, so good for her, right? He actually wrote explains meme first, and immediately after I wrote it, I gave it correctly. Yeah. 逆に幸いなのは大多数の生徒は迷惑そうにおとしいものをよく目に見ながら廊下に並び始めていることだ。Thankfully, however, students in the class just gave the troublemaker an exasperated look. And obediently filed out to line up in the hallway. Good old Japan. Everybody, all the kids being obedient. That was surprising. I know, right? I don't even remember what the meme was. What was the meme? I don't remember. Talk about the memes. There's another thing that I like about them now, right? You will notice that I type out the memes now. I think. Have you noticed? Like, I type the memes out right now, like I do, like, this is the new tag that I'm using, right? Meme, right? And then I type out the title of the meme or whatever it was in the meme, you know. And then, like, for example, like, say if it's a tier list, and then, like, oh, right, the baby one, like, so, like never, right? So, like, never leave this person with the baby, right? Or no, it was the right? And then I put the reactions, and maybe like Kiara does whatever, and then Hajima does whatever, blah, 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 right? So this is the new tag that I'm using, meme. And sometimes I would write out the entire title of the meme, right? I really like doing that. I really like doing that because sometimes the title is really long. And so I get to basically feel like I'm on Type Racer. Basically, I get to feel like, like, okay, I'm pretty proud of the fact that I have over 100 words per minute. I have 100. Oh, I can type over 100 words per minute. That's WPM. That's how you measure that. WPM, words per minute. Pretty proud of the fact that I can type, that I have over 100, which isn't super fast in the realm of people who do Type Racer and stenography. People go, you can't graduate unless if you get over 225. If you can't graduate from stenography school if you don't get over 225. So 100 is not too, it's bleh for people who are actually in the industry. But for me, I'm not really in the industry, so I'm all right proud of this, right? But I don't really ever actually get to use it much, right? Because I would translate and I would type a line, and then that's it. But for the memes, the meme titles, I get to basically just, I look at the passage and I just type as fast as I can, go and it's so fun for me. That's another way that I'm enjoying the meme reviews. It's just different from the way you guys are enjoying it. Well, considering Hachima's interpretation, I guess you kind of have to do it. That is true too. That is true as well. Because I have to have it written down properly, and then I write down Hachima's mistaken interpretation, right? Then they're both there on screen in the live TL window, and people can compare, I suppose. That is true. There is a need for it, but I'm also just doing it because I enjoy it. It's basically self-satisfaction, I'm like, yeah, I'm enjoying this. I gotta type very fast. Because for stuff like this, I have to think, right? I have to think, and I type out one sentence. Maybe I type out a phrase, and I think about the rest of the phrase. I don't get to just when it's just mindless typing, it's fun. It's just so fun because you don't have to think about what you're gonna type. You just look at it and just type. It's just, yeah. Which is a weird thing to get excited about. Actually, what you did on Kaysen's stream of that VTuber horror game was actually literally doing game translation on the go. Plus her commentary. Yeah, that was really tough, man. That was really tough. When she skipped the windows quickly, I just died. No, especially that part of the tweets. When Twitter came up in the game, I could not translate the tweets fast enough. No way I could, because she would just scroll past them, and I didn't remember the names of who was who and everything. So for those, I just translated her comments, and I basically just give her, and her commentary was basically a summary of what you could gather from the tweets, right? So it was a good substitute. But otherwise, yes, I was translating the game while it was going on. Your live translation is always awesome witness. Thank you.エビラがお調子者たちがつけ上がらないように聞こえなふりで無視すると目立つのに失敗した彼らは面白くなさそうに廊下に出ていった。 Are we doing? I mean, are we? Hold on, I have to drink water. Hold on. Okay, back. So I don't really want to start the sentence with Ebina again because we did it here and it's sort of close to the start here. But let's do the sentence first and let's see if we can arrange it somehow. So Ebina ga ochoshimono dachi. Oh, in order to not let purposely, right, ignored the troublemaker. Do not give him the attention he was looking for. Tsuke agaru. Right. To get carried away. To get cocky, to push one's luck. To prevent the troublemaker from getting carried away. Ebina purposely ignored him. Having failed to get the attention he wanted, the student also left the room. With the others. Sulking slightly. Let's see. Alright. エビ長落ち物続き上がらないように聞こえない。突き上がらないように. So in order to prevent him, from basically to cut him off, right? This guy's creating trouble. Sometimes the best way to handle troublemakers is to basically ignore them, right? I mean, this sort of applies to a lot of different things, to bullies also, sort of. I mean, I don't really want to go into the whole bully thing because that's a whole can of worms, right? But basically, yeah, if the kid wants attention, you don't give him attention, then there's nothing he can do, right? So to prevent the troublemaker from getting carried away, tsuke agaranai yoni, kikoenai furi de mushi. Purposely ignored him. Purposely ignored him by pretending to. Okay, mushi suru means to ignore. Kikoenai furi means to pretend, right? And kikoenai means to not hear. So pretend to not hear to ignore him. But in English, it's all the same thing. We don't need to spell out. Because if you're ignoring someone, it means you heard them and you pretend that you didn't hear them, right? So in English, we don't really have to spell out like he ignored him by pretending to not hear him. Like we don't need it, so we simplify it. So just purposely ignored him. Meidatsu, and of course here we start a new sentence. Meidatsu ni shippai shita kare ra, having failed to get the attention. Wait, this is plural. Kareda. It's they. But there's only one person who said something. I'm gonna keep this as singular until we see maybe like several more of them. Because otherwise it's a bit more confusing if we make this plural, but then there's only one person who's sort of said stuff. Then we have to sort of edit the context a little bit. With others, sulking slightly. Or just left the room with the others. Sulking slightly. ちょっと失敗、面白くなさそう。So that's sort of like he was having fun, it's like, hey, let's that's boring, Abby saying, let's bring down our terrors ourselves, yeah. But then he gets ignored, so he's like, fine. So he's sulking slightly. Okay. There's the sentence done. You can say follow the others. Follow the others out of the room. Could. Actually, this is probably better than what I had, right? Yeah, this is better than what I had. Good job. Thank you, Louise. Thank you.はい、並んで、席番号順2列。慌てず、落ち着いて、持ち物はなくていいから。Alright, line up. 席番号順2列。Two lines according to seat number. 慌てず、落ち着いて。Stay calm. Stay home. Remain calm. Let's go. Remain calm. Leave your belongings behind. Or just leave your belongings where they are. Ebi-san, 体育館ジュースshoes. Oh, shoes. Okay. Ebi-san, what about our gym shoes? 体育館シューズも持たなくていい or to our gym shoes. Your gym shoes. It's fine. Leave them. Apparently you have different shoes for gym, huh? You have different shoes for gym? How many shoes do you have? That's crazy. Because in Japanese schools, when you go to school, you take off your own shoes and you put on the school shoes, right? And now you're saying there's gym shoes also. That's a lot of shoes. What are you guys? I'm one of the top English students in my grade. Also the one who falls asleep the most, so you can kind of count on me. Nice. You know, you can always count on the person who sleeps in class. Well, I mean, I probably shouldn't say that. I slept a lot in class too, and I'm not very reliable. I slept so I was famous for sleeping in class. Infamous for sleeping in class, I guess you could say. All the teachers knew that I slept in class. This being high school, right? Once my AP Chem teacher told me to stand up in class because I was sleeping, and so I slept while standing up. I don't know why. I don't know why. Alright. Next, moving on. 廊下に並んだ生徒たちの人数を確認し、クラス委員長に先導され、体育館へ移動を始める。エビナは最後尾をついていき、はぐれる生徒が出ないよう見張った。 After everyone got out into the hallway, okay, this is a bit annoying. 人数を確認 confirm the number of people. The thing is, who's confirming the number of people? Ebina? Confirm the number of people confirmed. After everyone got out into the hallway, Ebina confirmed their numbers. That everyone was present. Then instructed the class monitor, not glass monitor, class monitor, to lead the way to the gym. He himself stayed in the back to make sure that none of the students got out of line. はぐれない。はぐれる。はぐれる is sort of like to straggle or to stray from the line. To stray from the path of life. Do not stray from the path of life. Stay true to it. I don't know where I'm going with this. Get separated. Separate. There we go. Like, make sure to make sure that none of the students got separated. There we go. I like that. Wonderful. Was infamous for sleeping in class too, but I'm glad the teacher never gave up on me. I'm glad to hear it. It's really tough being a good teacher, I imagine. There's a lot of weird students that you get. So, yeah, appreciation for our teachers. Hold on, I want to check. I really want to check my Discord. Who pinged me? Who pinged me? It was low. It was you, low. Ha. Okay, that's fine. It's funny how teachers in high school are pretty strict with what you do in class, when you go to the bathroom, etc. And then college teachers are like, do whatever you want as long as you don't disturb. That is true. That is true. Well, I mean, they're very different people, aren't they? High school teachers and college teachers are very, very different. I mean, college teachers are basically, the professors are basically there just to, they're not there to personally care for you anymore. Like, high school is sort of more a personal thing, isn't it? Like, the teacher would be with you for the entire year, and, you know, like, if you have trouble, you can go to the teacher, and sort of like, they're like, your homeroom teacher is different, isn't it? Like, they dedicate everything they have to teaching you. But in college, it's the teacher just teaches the class, and he teaches variety of different grades, and he has his own research, so he's just there to give out the knowledge, and if you want it, you can take it. If you don't want it, he doesn't care. I guess it's a very different setup. But I mean, as a student, it is a very stark difference. That is true. I skipped so many of my classes. It was not good. It was not good. エミの目の前を歩いている列の一番後ろの生徒は転校生ゆえに一番最後の出席番号を割り振られている日の神教だ。制服を着ていなければ小学生と見間違える低身長で見失いやすく危なっかしく行動が読めない要注意生徒である。Okay. Student right in front of Emina's eyes was Hinokage Mikyo. The student who had the largest seat number due to being a transfer student. Do you say largest? Maybe largest. Yeah, it's fine. They don't get paid nearly enough too. That is a problem. Well, I mean, for all the teachers under college teachers, I guess. Maybe. Honestly. I mean, I've seen articles and stuff about how, like, you know, like high school teachers, middle school teachers, elementary school teachers don't get paid enough, which is terrible, but some get paid enough, I guess. I don't know. I don't know enough about this. Like, I do feel bad for those who don't get paid enough. That is true. Like, being a teacher is an important role, and education is important. So giving children education is important. So I feel like teachers should be given the resources that they need to do their job well. Makes sense, because in college you're an adult, but high school teachers always say stuff like, you won't be able to do whatever you want in college and work. You won't be able to do whatever you want in college and work. But you do get to do whatever you want in college. I mean, I guess you don't really get to do whatever you want at work. That's true. But you do pretty much get to do whatever you want in college. For better and for worse. I really liked my high school teachers. Almost all of them were really, really good. I mean, some were better than others, right? But like, generally, I have fond memories of them. Like, some of them were not as good at teaching. Some of them were better at teaching. Like, for example, the AP history teacher that I told you guys about last week, he was not good at teaching. He was very bad at teaching. Like, as I said, like, for every class we had 30 pages of reading, and then we would come into class and then we had the quiz, right? Like no proper teacher would allow students to discuss the questions out loud. And afterward, like, what he would do for the class is basically sort of go over the teaching, right? I mean, go over the reading, go over the 30 pages of reading. So, like, sort of basically repeat again what the pages said, but maybe like give his like draw out the correlations and like sort of explain how this is related to this and stuff like that, and like how to think about like what happened and stuff like that. But the thing is, he would never actually get through all 30 pages of material. Like never. Like, that never happened. He'd get through maybe like half of it, and then class would be over, and he'd be like, okay, here's another 30 pages of reading. He was not a very good teacher. But I still liked him. Like, he created like a nice mood in class. But generally, yeah, I liked my high school teachers. So, if she wasn't wearing the school uniform, he would have mistaken her for... She was so short that she would have easily passed for an elementary student if it wasn't for the uniform she was wearing. She also 制服を着ていなければ小学生を見間違える低身長で見失い。She's so short. This made her easy to lose sight of her. And she herself often took rather she herself often acted rather unpredictably. Abunakashiku. Abunakashi should be like dangerous or not unsteady. Like she would do things sort of abunakashi. How do I explain abunakashi? It's like you watch a toddler toddling towards the open stove. You go like, oh no, what are you doing? Like it will be like uncertain, like you're not sure that the toddler would dive into the flames or touch the flames, right? But you'd be really scared that they would. So that's the adjective to describe the toddler in that case, like abunakashi. It has a tendency or seems very likely to get into trouble or whatever, but unpredictable actions that could easily lead to trouble, making her student that he had to consciously pay attention to. Yeah. My high school teachers were pretty good too. Nice. Yeah, my high school teachers were nice. Kind of sad how I wasn't able to properly make memories of them due to social anxiety. That's sad. It's a pity. It's a lost chance. Not much that can be done about it anymore. But I'm glad that you enjoyed the high school. It's when someone enjoys school, when a kid, I'm not that I'm saying that you're a kid, like when you were a kid, like when a kid enjoys school, I'm generally happy with that. I'm like, something's going well here. Something's going well. If a kid enjoys school, I assume that they're learning stuff, which is good. As I said, education is good, right? But if you had social anxiety, then you had social anxiety, and that's just the way it is. It's. I'm not saying that it's better to not have it, right? But if you have it, then there's really nothing you can do about it. It's shogunai, so it's just roll with it, I guess. But I guess sort of. Yeah, no, it's fine. I'll move on. が、今のところはそわそわと周りを見回してはいるものの、おとなしく指示に従ってくれている。むしろ、クラスの調子者たちの方が手間をかけさせられていた。However, right? 今のところはそわそわと周りを見回した。She was currently fidgeting restlessly and looking around busily, but otherwise obediently following instructions. However, she was currently fidgeting restlessly and looking around busily, but was otherwise. You know what? Let's flip the order of this. Let's flip the order. However, she was currently following instructions obediently. Save for or should we go albeit? Or should we go? However, although she was currently fidgeting restlessly and looking around busily, she was otherwise obediently following instructions. So I don't like that there are two subjects, but I think this is the best option that we have. However, although she was currently fidgeting restlessly and looking around busily, she was otherwise obediently following instructions. Rather, it was the troublemakers who was giving Ebina 手間をかける。手間かけしやがって。Who was giving Ebina trouble? I don't want to use the word trouble again, right? Rather, it was the troublemaker who was giving him trouble. Yeah, no shit. Yeah, no duh. Alright? The troublemaker who was giving Ebina 手間をかける. You know, let's see if there's a good word. There's a good word for 手間をかける. Sorry, I have to check this. Oh, it's National Boob Day, apparently. Whatever that means. Whatever that means. Kumicho, what? I mean, I don't have to translate that tweet. But is that true? I'm afraid to search it up. I'm afraid to search it up. Is today? Wait, what did she say? Is it national, international? National. Which nation then? Which nation? I don't. I'm afraid to click it because I'm on screen right now. I'm on stream right now. I'm afraid to click it. Maybe someone click it and tell me. Why today? Why is it August the 3rd? Why is it August 3rd? I mean, if anything, it should be August 8th, shouldn't it? I mean, technically, neither really looks like boobs, but that means nothing. That means nothing. Why is this? I'm very stuck on this. I've got to move on. I want to move on. I don't know. There was a troublemaker who was giving him more trouble. Rather, it was the troublemaker who needed more of his attention now. You know what? Let's try to look for a different word for trouble. What I missed? I went to grab banana milk. Oh, not strawberry anymore. I missed it. What was it? If you're interested, Kumicho just tweeted something. That's why I had a thing down here, and it doesn't make sense. I'm confused, and I'm too scared to click on it on screen. Rather, it was the troublemaker who was giving Ebina trouble. Vex. More grief. I like that. Rather, there was a troublemaker who was giving Ebina more grief at the moment. Yes, I like the word grief there. Good job. Yay for synonyms. Woo. Nanikoto mo nakereba ii ga to inotta no ga flag になったのか。体育館へ続く渡り廊下の途中で武装した3人の男が立ちふさがった。黒いヘルメットで顔を隠し、ポケットがごっそりついた分厚いジャケットを着て、手にはマシンガンなのかライフルなのかわからないが、とにかく軍隊で持っているようなごっつい銃器を下げている。Gonna check one sec. Go on. Perhaps Ebina had jinxed it by praying for nothing to happen. As the class タグが続く渡り廊下走るな渡り廊下 This is a hallway passage. Turn the corner into the passage leading to the gymnasium. They found 3 armed men standing in the way. Yeah, don't click on the hashtag. Not stream at least. See, I knew it. As I was saying, I'm only seeing it in Discord, right? I'm only seeing it in Discord. So I only see the text. So I don't see any images or anything, right? So I see that she tweeted, "Oh yes," and then the tag. The thing is though, a lot of things bother me about it. A lot of things. First, it says National Boob Day, right? So, like, which nations? And do different countries have different boob days? Like that bothered me. Like, it's not international, it's national. And second thing that bothered me was, why is it today? Today being August the 3rd, right? August the 3rd, right? Like, why August the 3rd? This means nothing as much as this means nothing in the context of boobs. If anything, I would think it would be this, but this also doesn't mean anything in the context of boobs. So, if anything, it should be this. But I mean, I guess there's no date for this. Okay, maybe not the B. What was it? How did you type the word into the calculator? There was a thing, wasn't it? there was like you can do like a combination of numbers, and you type in the calculator, and when you flip it over, it looks like different. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Too many questions, not enough answers. I want the answers. Give me the answers. I don't know, man. Sounds like something the internet came up with randomly. Well, I mean, the internet does tend to do that. 黒いヘルメットで顔を隠し、パケラがごっそりついたブーンズジャケットを着て、there. Faces were hidden behind black helmets. And they were, or maybe like they were wearing black helmets that hid their faces, that concealed their faces. And thick jackets covered with pockets all over. In their hands were ごっつい武器。ごっつい武器。ごっつい、how to explain ごっつい。Tough, sturdy, hard, unsmooth, rough. This is the adjective being used for guns. I mean, yes, a gun is tough and sturdy and hard. I don't think that's really what it's saying. ごっつい。I think it's more either of these. Threatening looking, threatening. Yeah, we're threatening weapons. And then let's do it like this. Ebina couldn't tell if they were machine guns or rifles of the kind that the military seemed likely to wield. That seemed like what actual soldiers would use. Yo, a bit unrelated, but you know, any weird, easy to pick up skills? I'm struggling to find something after radio wave hijacking. Have you mastered radio wave hijacking? Is that a thing that you can put on your resume now? Is that like a new skill that you've picked up and you've mastered? You have raised it all the way from rank F to rank S, and you can go like, I am a radio wave hijacking master now, and I can move on to the next. I don't know. Easy to pick up skills. I mean, all skills, you can go very, very far with all skills, I imagine. I mean, you already know lockpicking, right? If I remember correctly. Easy to pick up skills. Easy to pick up skills. What are... Nothing's easy, is it? I don't know. Like right now I'm thinking like instruments, music instruments, but that's not easy, right? I'm thinking like when you say skills, I'm thinking like sewing, which isn't easy. Cooking, which is not easy. What is there? video editing, which is definitely not easy. Well, at least not for me, because I haven't the faintest idea how to do video editing, and I suck so much at it. I don't know. Drawing, which is very, very difficult, I imagine. I can't draw for my life. I might do like a it might be a fun idea to do like a sort of like a drawing stream, or maybe like a Gartic stream. I can play with you guys, but I suck at drawing. I don't know, what skills are there? Weird and easy. Cow milking. I mean, it is true he does keep drinking strawberry milk, but I mean, you would have to be in a place where there are cows. You would have, and the people who own the cows would have to allow you to get near the cows to milk the cows. Unless if you are thinking like the Nintendo game that Choco Sensei and Meru played that time, which is a whole different thing altogether. What easy to pick up skills? What is there? What is there? I mean, gaming? Not really. I mean, gaming is very game specific. I can't think of anything, really. All skills take effort. A lot of effort. And money, usually. They take money. Skip roping? Jump rope? Maybe? I mean, I guess also part of also this is what do you plan on doing with the skill? Like, do you just want to pick up a skill for the sake of picking up a skill, or are you picking up a skill for a greater purpose? For my glorious purpose. If you guys have watched Loki, I guess, yeah, that's the thing. It's sort of like, I mean, going back to the start of the stream where I was like, hey, what are you gonna do in your summer holiday? Like, are you gonna do anything constructive? I mean, sort of that is also sort of another thing that parents, or I guess teachers, ask is, where do you plan to be in 5 years? Or where do you plan to be in 10 years? Right? I mean, when you have that sort of thing, then it becomes much easier to answer this sort of question, or to sort of like, yeah, in 10 years I want to be an artist. You know, then you'll be like, you know, go pick up drawing. You know, go draw, and maybe try different types of drawing. But I mean, if you don't really have that sort of thing, and it just randomly says, hey, now I want to pick something up random, it's a lot harder to find something, I guess. I guess I'll go learn cockroach brain wiring. What the fuck? What the fuck? Bro? There's so many things I want to be like, what the fuck? I'm sorry, first you're gonna have to touch the cockroaches, which is fuck all. And you have to wire the brains? What does that even mean? I don't want to know. Okay, I don't want to know. I don't like cockroaches. Fuck cockroaches. Is lucid dreaming a useful skill? I don't know. What for? What for? That's the big question always. Like, what for? What are you learning this skill for? Now we're just getting to like now we're getting to like parent and like college counselor territory. What in 10 years, where do you see yourself? Oh my god. Never thought I'll be the one to ask that sort of question. 困ります。先生、困ります。教室で待機していただかないと。我々警備のものです。さあ、君たちも教室に戻って、ほら。よく自信がうろついてるからね。おじさんたちに任せて。 Oh. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no, we can't have this. Since this just won't do. You have to wait. Everyone's supposed to wait in their classrooms. What about KBNs? Oh. We are the school guards. Oh, we are the school guards, of course. さあ、君たちの教室に戻って、ほらほら。Come on. Come on, everyone. Back to your room. There are suspicious people. There are suspicious people wandering about. There are suspicious people wandering about right now. Here. I'll escort you guys. Here, I'll escort all of you back. So suspicious. You're suspicious. People who say that, oh, I'm not suspicious, are suspicious. Radio hijacking cockroach brainwire sounds like something Pecker would do. Look up cockroach robo roach surgery instructions. It looks like pretty fun school science fair project. No, fuck you. No, thank you. No, thank you. Fuck you. Oh, gonna go to sleep since it's almost 4:30 a.m. over here. It's nice to have some chit chat with you guys and see you around Taishi. It's always nice to see you live translating. Thank you for dropping by, Ruby. I hope you have some good sleep. I mean, Penguin, if Krillin, oh my god, the actual thing. Oh my god. I mean, look, Penguin, if you're looking for something to do, it doesn't necessarily have to be skill, does it? You can, like, for example, you can study ahead. You study ahead of the year, and then you make things easy for yourself for the coming year. You could do that, right? Then you don't have to go to the trouble of thinking like, oh, what skill should I pick up? Because you know what subjects you're gonna have, right? So just take the subjects and just study it. Sounds so boring. Anyways, 自称警備員の一人がねっとりとした音声、静音で声をかけてくる。重機の黒光が妙に気になった。本物にしか見えない。本物など見たことはないのだが。生徒たちが静まり返り、何人かが最後尾の平川美京も戸惑ってエビナを見てくる。戸惑っているのはエビナも同じなんだ。これは計画にない。ねっとりとしねっとり sickly sweet ね。ネットユーザーsickly sweet. One of these self-claimed guards spoke to the group in a sickly sweet voice. His gun reflected the light, the dull shine of his gun. Was strangely convincing. The dull shine of his gun was 妙に気になった。気になってはいるんですが、誰が気になった？ bothers. Someone is bothered by the dull shine of his gun. Like it catches their attention. Makes the gun look real. But who? Whose POV is this? Whose point of view is this? Ebina, I suppose. Ebina found his eyes strangely drawn to by the dull shine of the man's gun. It looked real. Not then. Strangely drawn by the man's gun, which had a dull sheen that made it look extremely realistic. Made it look like the real thing. Not that Ebina had seen a real gun before. The students fell silent, and a few of them, including Hino, Ka, Ge, Mikyo, at the end of the line, turned to look at Ebina in consternation. However, Ebina was as confused as his students. Was just as confused as his students. 戸惑ってるのはエビナも同じだった。So, も同じ。So, also the same, so just as. 戸惑ってる。confused. And then, it's just as confused. However, Ebina was just as confused. Is the actual sentence, is the actual short sentence, but like this gives it a little bit more context, makes it easier to understand. Yep. All right, change your plans. Cockroach brain wiring looks like a pain. Gotta find something else to pick up. Bruh. Studying is boring. I mean, yeah, studying is boring, but I don't know what to say to you, man. I don't know what skills there are. Cockroach brain wiring sounds like absolutely disgusting. Maybe just get a skill that actually would be useful, like cooking. Do you know how to cook? Cook. Learn cooking. That's a skill that everybody would use. Everybody would need. No matter what your career is, no matter what you do in the future, it always helps to cook. I guess. Learn cooking. There you go. And that's gonna keep you occupied for a long time. Flippers! Hey Flippers, how you doing? Learn how to cook and upload pictures. Make an Instagram. Oh dear. Oh dear. I'm afraid of the ideas that I come up with. これは計画にない。It's the plan did not involve, or like these men had not been in the plan. 計画ではない。計画にない。So not 計画通り。Opposite of 計画通り。計画通り。Opposite. So not 計画。So this was not 計画。Seems I walked in on an interesting discussion. I can cook. And Louis says, I cook for my family every day, not so much my choice. Penguin says, I'm slowly getting better and better at cooking, so I'm basically already picking it up. Well, okay then, alright. Everybody can cook except for me, huh? Alright. Hey flippers. So Penguin is trying to find like a new hobby to pick up, like a small hobby. So not something big like learning a language. He wants a small hobby, and we're trying to think of something for him, and it's not going well. And he came up with the idea to learn cockroach brain wiring, but then he gave up on it because he says it looks like a pain. So if you have any good ideas, throw them out there. I made omurice a few times, but the first time was the best, which is weird. Beginner's luck. I like omurice. Yay for omurice. Omurice is expensive in Hong Kong. Everything Japanese is expensive in Hong Kong. Like just omurice is like $60, I think. $60 there for an omurice in Hong Kong. It's expensive. Drawing anime background. I mean, drawing in general takes a long time, wouldn't it? I imagine. 防災訓練計画では適宜状況に沿ったアドリブを入れ行動することとされているが、もしかしてアドリブを入れるというのは生体や巨人だけでなくテロリスト役もそうなのだろうか。会議でテロリスト役の動きについての話を聞き逃してしまっていた可能性もある。いや、おそらくそうだろう。エンビーナーは少し考え、近寄ってきた自称警備員の人に手招きしてつぶやいた。ささやいた。すいません。これについて記憶から抜けてしまっているんですよ。私のクラスはどう行動すればここで抵抗した方がいいですかInteresting. Alright. I think his hobby should be picking up penguins and flailing them. I don't... Is that a hobby? Is that just bullying? That's just bullying. He's just bullying him. Pick up his brother and flail him, I guess. Alright, let's go to the brief. The briefing for the drill had mentioned ad-lib where called for, where necessary, could it be that the ad-libbing, it wasn't only the students and teachers who had to ad-lib, but the terrorists too? Ebina thought. Or did I, or was I not paying, or was I not paying attention in the meeting when they went over this part of the, when they explained this part of the terrorists' movements? Yeah, latter. Yeah, the second one, the latter, seems more likely. Also, I don't want to touch drawing anytime soon. It takes up too much of my time. Yeah, and drawing is a whole thing. Drawing is hard, PTSD. But you draw well, Flippers. I mean, you draw pretty well. Niji Sanji Ian has a penguin. I mean, how's that relevant? As in, like, are you gonna walk up to Niji Sanji and grab Petra and start flinging her around? I don't know how to think about that. And make a hobby of it. You're gonna make a hobby out of. I'm not sure about that, man. Jensen, how you doing? Flailing Penguin had an identity crisis yesterday. Yeah, something about being someone's brother, I remember, right? Okay, focus though. Focus. We have to think of a hobby for Penguin to do. Star's final form. Star, how you doing? You want an animation of that? Like like a drawing is not enough. You want an animation. You asked for a lot, you know that, right, Louis? I only started drawing seriously a few months ago, so it's alright, but I like animation more than illustration. I mean, I imagine you have to draw it first and then you animate it, right? So you kind of need to do both. Is it? I don't know. I'm not in that sort of area, so I don't know. But okay. Alright. エビナは少し考え、近寄ってきた自称警備員の人に手招きして支えた。エビナ approached one of the self-claimed guards and gestured for him to come near before whispering in his ear. すみません。I'm sorry. これについて記憶から抜けてしまっているんですよ。I'm sorry. I don't actually remember this part of the script. 私のクラスはどう行動すれば How is my class supposed to move? Or maybe like, what is my class supposed to do again? ここで提供した方がいいですか? Should we pick up a fight here? Should we put a fight? Are we supposed to put up a fight here? That's just that's I mean, we could make it like this for the memes, but you know, it wouldn't make sense. So. All right, moving on. Let's see. Star is good, but sore from installing flooring DIY project. Hey, Penguin, you can do that. Well, I mean, that's not a hobby. I guess that's not a hobby. I don't imagine there are that many floors that you can keep installing. Louise says, I draw digitally, but I'm honestly not sure how I would animate it. Penguin says, should I go pro with pillow fort building? Sounds dumb, but it's the best thing I can come with. That is dumb. That is dumb. That doesn't really sound like a skill. That just sounds like you're playing around. Hold up. Become a VTuber. Penguin. Join us. Penguin. Join us. You know what? I almost never remember to use this, but Penguin. Join us. Wait, did it work? I forgot to do it. No, do it again. I'm doing it again. Penguin. Join us. Did that work? Did the reverb work? You need to know more color theory for illustration and it's a lot more detail. If you have too much detail in animation, it's confusing for the viewer. Okay, well, stuff. Small skills. Try increasing typing speed by playing typing games. Hard to actually think of something quick to learn. Yeah, I know, right? That's what I said. That's what I said. That's what she said. That's what everybody said. I'd like to work on that, but I want to get a good keyboard first, since the only I have kind sucks. Oi, work on your English too. Since the one I have kind of sucks. Well, okay, well, do that. Do that. Start that now. As in, like, go and arrange for the better keyboard. What do you need to get a better keyboard? Are you gonna collect money to buy it, or do you already have the money and you're looking? You need recommendations, or what's going on? What's going on? Do that. Focus on that. I mean, you have a goal, so do that, I guess. Yeah. Try burping at 100 decibels. Flippers. I'm not sure that's a hobby. I'm not sure that's a hobby. And even if it is, I would feel very, very bad for his family members. Because he would have to practice to be good at the hobby. And that's not what we want. Wait, I toggled reverb too hard? It's still on. Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. Oh, my bad. Okay, yeah, okay, that was the mute. Oh, that was the mute. Nope, that was the reverb mute. Okay, yeah, okay, okay, there we go. It's off now. Yeah, get money. That's the hobby. That's the hobby. There you go. Get money. Try a hobby of collecting money. I love that hobby. I really, really like it. I agree with it. It's a great hobby. 自称警備員は少し考え、仲間2人にハンドサインで合図を送り合った。The guard thought to himself. While they exchanged a brief exchange with his buddies using sign language.一度説明し直した方が良さそうですね。先生と生徒一人。そうですね。その子がいいかな。その子にも協力してもらって、それからの流れを説明するので、ちょっと二人一緒に離れたところに来てもらっていいですか？あ、わかりました。ひろかげさん、先生と一緒についてきて、みんなちょっと離れるけど、落ち着いて待ってるように。死後は、休止。Okay, this is it looks like it would be faster to explain everything again. From the top, let's go. 一問説明し直した方。Right. 先生と生徒一人、 can we have you and one student? She would do. She would do. Given you and one of your students. She would do. All right, and we're doing this here. Come along with us. Come along with me, I guess. Or step aside with me, right? それからの流れを説明するので。Give me you and your students. You would do. Step aside with me. I'll explain. これからの流れ。Already collecting money. Collect VTuber merch and go broke, but be happy because you have the goods. Get a fish. By the way, Taisha, how did you get so good at Japanese? Okay, I can answer that. Mom banned fish raising due to that shark incident that happened when I was a kid. I had a friend who got a fish and put it in chlorine by accident. How do you put a fish in chlorine? Don't you pour chlorine into the fish tank? How do you put the fish into the chlorine? What the f... we used to have a rabbit, but we got rid of it because it was pooping everywhere. I have a lot of questions about that, but RIP fish. You know what? Like going back to the thing about VTuber merch and collecting money, if you're an absolute asshole, if you're an absolute terrible person, buy VTuber merch and then resell it. If you're an absolute shithole of a person, you do that, and then you can earn money. And I will forever judge you in a bad way, not in a good way, in a bad way. You can combine two of them, I guess. As for how I got so good at Japanese, that's basically the answer to that is basically the same as how I learned Japanese, which is for my listening, anime. And for my speaking also, anime. Well, it's anime and like dramas, you know, anime dramas, same thing. Watching stuff, sort of like if I watch it enough, I sort of understand the words, and then my ear gets attuned to how things are pronounced. And then for reading, I read web novels, basically. And I've read web novels and light novels for over 5 years, 7 years maybe. Right. So I can't write. I can't write very well. I can type. I can't really write because I never really practiced writing. Bought an Okayu Onigiri hoodie the other day. Nice. Nice. Are you gonna buy the essentials? Is that a hoodie? It's a hoodie, isn't it? Are you gonna buy the hood? Are you gonna buy her hoodie also? Yes, careful what you say. I did say only an absolute asshole would do it. I mean, technically it's not illegal, I don't think. Yeah, it's not illegal. If it was illegal to resell stuff, all the PS5 and the GPU scalpers would be arrested en masse. It's not illegal. It is an absolute asshole thing to do. And I made it clear my stance, which is I think they're absolute assholes. Follow the weeb way and learn. Yeah, basically. Basically. But you have to see, the thing of consuming media is you have to actively interact with it, right? You have to actively do something with it. You can't just sit there and just passively take it in. It's not as effective. Like, for example, like with anime, like I used to do the cringe thing where like I would hear a line and I would say it out loud, and when you do that, the first lines that you know how to say out loud are the cringe ones, like Kisama. That's the main one I can think of, Nandato, Nande, Nani. It's when you start off with the cringe ones, because they're simple and they're short. Shizumare waga migite. Okay, maybe that's not such a normal one, but you start with the cringe ones, but then gradually you get your ear and your brain sort of gets accustomed to the language, and so you get to do the longer and longer lines. So it's sort of you mentally. Oh shit! I'm moving my table. So you mentally repeat what you just heard, right? And so you have to actively interact with it somehow, right? Also, the thing with me and reading light novels and web novels is I was translating as a fan. I was doing translation with the light novels. So in that way, I sort of forced myself to basically examine word by word, understand word by word what it means, and sort of internalize it in a way that where I could, get it out in English. So in order to get it out into English, I would have to really understand what the word is, right? So sort of doing the translation sort of forced me to grapple with the words, if you will. And so that's how I learned language. And I understand that's not a common way of learning language. I don't really expect everyone to do it in the same way, or else everybody who learns Japanese would have their own translation site, which would be absolute chaos. But like you asked how I learned it, and that's how I learned it. So take from it what you will. I think I might have watched only 2 or 3 of her streams for Central. I see. Does singing OPs badly count? Sing it as much as you want, but the thing is, keep singing it, right, until you get it right. Then it will count. If you're singing it like only just like just do have fun, and then you forget it, then it doesn't really work. It doesn't stick. You have to make it stick. So you have to keep singing it until you get the words right. I don't know about the pitch. The pitch is something else. The pitch is singing ability. At least get the lyrics right. So there you go. And I've heard of people who have sort of started learning Japanese because they wanted to know the lyrics to the songs that they liked, which many people start from different places. It's just a matter of being actively interacting with the material, right? Bringing me back to cringe. I learned Spanish through music and then spending my entire life at my ex's house. I can never find web novels to read. What are you talking about, Crispy Flippers? We're talking Japanese web novels, right? Because if we're talking Japanese web novels, there's a fuck ton of them, man. Look, this site. Here. You can freeze the screen. You can do this. I can send it to you on Discord. This is the site to go. There's a fuck ton of web novels here. A lot of the famous animes came from light novels that are web novels on here. This is the website. This is the website. This is the website to go to. This is the to go to website. Shousetsuka ni naro. This is it. This one has Hell Mode, which I'm working on. It has Black Summoner, which I'm working on. It has all the 3 series I'm working on. All the 4 series I'm working on, right? Black Summoner, Dungeon Busters, and Hell Mode are on here. And then right now we're doing Secret Org, which is on here. And this has Bookworm. It has so many. Let me see. This here, I'll go to my bookmark. Like what else is there? There's so much on here. Like the Kuma Bear is on here. That's one of the easiest ones to read. So I would recommend that you start with Kuma Bear. Like the Japanese is very simple. And it's quite repetitive, to be honest. 影の実力者になりたくて This is to be a power in the shadows or eminence of shadow, right? This is definitely a thing here. 最強陰陽師薬屋の独り言 the light novel is being published by a J novel right now. I think I've seen it. It has so many 8なんてそれはないでしょ This is the eighth sun. This is the eighth sun one, right? This is all just, and this is Bookworm. This is all just from my own bookmark. There's so many on here. And then aside from this, there is also one more, which is this website, which I haven't really had time to look through, but Novelism. Here. There you go. Take that too. Now you have 2 websites. That's way more web novels. That's gonna last you ages to go through. Absolute ages. There's tons. Yeah, I mean like with hiragana on top of the kanji. Okay, now that you're gonna have to look it up yourself. You're gonna have to look it up yourself. No. They won't go that far with the service. That's not what they're here for. They're not here to help you to learn Japanese, because these are just actual authors writing their own stories. If there's a kanji that you don't need, that you don't know, you have to look it up. Do that, right? Or you can get one of these extensions. I use Dikai-kun. So this is a Chromium extension. So you can use it on Chrome. You can use it here on Edge. You can use it on any browser that is Chromium based. And you go this. And you look at the first one. Ichido. There you go. Ichido. Setsumei. This is the second one, right? Because the first one is Setsumei shi is Toki Akashi, which is different. It doesn't have... Okay, this is probably a bad example. It's supposed to be 説明し直した方. So 説明し直した方. So し直す. But anyways, they're not perfect. But like basically, you can do that. And I'm sure there are similar extensions on Android and in iPhone. If you're one of those weird people who use iPhone. Apple. But yeah, that's how you do it. Yeah, this website has a lot of famous recent titles on it. Yes. Basically, Shousetsuka ni naru. That's what you want. Okay, now I have no excuse. We'll get on it. If I fail, you can flail me around. Someone will have to draw that. Draw and animate it. You draw it. And you animate it too. I apparently have zero intention of doing any of the work. Then I forgot Spanish once I became an otaku. Dude, talking about Spanish and being otaku. Use pineapple. I've seen that in an anime somewhere. But talking about Spanish and anime, I was told the other day, someone told me the other day, it was, I don't know if I can, now probably not going to name them just in case. I mean, it shouldn't be a problem, but someone told me the other day that a lot of anime material in Spanish is telephone translated, as in they take the English translation and they translate from the English, which just blew my mind. That's terrible. That's absolutely terrible. That's an absolute disgrace. How could they do this? It's absolutely terrible. And like the person told me like, yeah, this is very normal in the Spanish sphere. So that's why I never consume any otaku content in Spanish. And I'm just like, well, yeah, I mean, I understand, obviously, because why would you telephone translate? That's absolutely terrible. Absolute disgrace. I mean, because like assuming that there's nothing wrong with the English translation, because assuming it's gone through QA, assuming it's gone through edit, I mean, when English translations go through edit, sometimes the meaning gets lost also because the editor is like, no, that's not how you do it. But assuming that there's nothing wrong with English has a different way of expressing things than, say, Japanese. So it's already changed once. And then I assume that Spanish has a different way of explaining things than English, which means it's a double-tiered conversion, which obviously will make things worse. I mean, think Gartic Phone, right? Like, I haven't watched any of the Gartic Phone streams because I rarely watch streams that I can't translate. It's time constraints, whatever. But I get the general idea. Someone draws something, and then someone guesses what it is, and then someone draws something based on the guessed word, right? And it keeps going down the chain. It's Chinese whispers, right? It's the telephone game. The worse it gets, the further down, the more rounds it goes through, the worse it gets. And that's the same thing with translation. You don't do this. You just don't do it. You're not supposed to do this. But apparently it's common in the industry, according to the person. Absolute disgrace. Taishi's translator's pride has been insulted. I see lots of requests for people that speak Spanish and English to translate from Spanish to English instead of from Japanese to English. Why? Why? I mean, why would you want people to translate from Spanish to English? What's the actual fuck? Do it directly. What on earth? But Spanish is really similar to Japanese, unlike English. Okay, I don't know anything about that because I don't know Spanish. I don't know Spanish, so I can't speak to this. But my experience with translation, my main language pair being English and Japanese, and me knowing Cantonese, is every time you translate, something is gonna be changed. Some meaning, some method of expression is gonna be changed. It's inevitable. That's what my experience tells me. And double rounds of translation is absolutely no for me. My friend who is a huge otaku, their native language is Spanish, although they speak Japanese to the point where you think it is their native language. Good for the friend. Good for the friend. The more languages that you know, the better it is. But yeah, that's sort of my rant on double translations. And the fact that it's common in the industry, it absolutely blew my mind. I could not believe it. It's terrible. Let me see what the person said. They gave me an example. They did. Right. What was the example that they gave me? Here. Right. The anime was Getter Arc, and the characters were talking about beams, like laser beams, like and in English it was beams, right? But then when they translated that from English to Spanish, they translated the word beams as steel beams. Like that wasn't even a thing about like things being changed in translation. It's just, words function differently in different languages, even if it's a word of the same thing. So it's, that sort of stuff happens. I mean, they live with a Japanese family and they're half Japanese. Oh, okay, good for them. We're successfully making Daiji not do his work. Okay, I'm getting back to it. They live with half Japanese family and half Japanese, but they prefer the dubbed or just plain Japanese version to Spanish. Obviously, that's the original version. You would obviously want the original version. Why wouldn't you? That's the same way. That's the same reason why I rarely read English translated web novels, because, or I shouldn't call them web novels. If they're translated in English, if they're licensed into English, that means they're probably light novels. But I rarely read them because, you know, if I'm gonna read the series, I would rather just read it in Japanese. And it's probably on Shosetsu as a web novel. Some better, some worse, but yeah, it's the same thing. Like, get the source. Why would you not get the source? Whatever. これから流れを説明するので、give up your and one of your students, should do step aside with me. Explain what's supposed to happen. これからの流れ. The flow of things. Let me see. 流れ. Course of events. I'll explain the course of events. No, that's too formal. Too formal. I'll explain I'll go over a schedule with you. I'll go over a schedule, so please follow me. Something like that. ちょっと2人 can we have you and one of your students? Should we do? Step aside with me. I'll go over the schedule, so please follow me. Don't need a second comma. I think so. これからの流れを説明する. Okay, so what I did here is, first the word 説明 was used twice in Japanese, and we're not into that in English. We don't do that. We don't like repetition, so we can't use the word explain again. So これからの流れ. So basically, what is gonna happen? これから 流れ means course of events, right? Like we just saw. And これから means from now on, right? So what is gonna happen from now on? I will explain again. And we can't use the word explain, so it's just, I'll go over the schedule. Let's just call it the schedule. Presumably the schedule is what is gonna happen. Right? ちょっと2人一緒に離れたところに来てもらっていいですか? So can I have the two of you come a short distance away? And so just please follow me, man. Just follow me, bro. I got this. わかりました。日の影さん、一緒についてきて。Understood. 日の影さん、please come along. みんなちょっと離れるけど、the rest of you, we're stepping away for a brief moment. We're stepping away briefly. Wait patiently. The rest of you, wait patiently. We'll be back soon. personal conversations are forbidden. This seems a bit weird in English, doesn't it? We'll be back soon. Personal conversations are. Okay, let me see. I forgot to ask you back when I was reading Dungeon Busters, but can you explain Saucy Mage for me, please? I want to make sure if you mean something Tsundere Mage. What was it again? I don't remember what it was. You know what? I can look it up. No, that's not what I wanted. Glossaries, Dungeon Busters glossary. What was it again? Characters. Emily. Konamaiki. That's what it was. And this being okay, that doesn't really explain things. Like this. There you go. So basically, you know, she sort of speaks more than she's supposed to. Like when she's not supposed to speak, she still kind of speaks. And it's sort of like, well, it's saucy in a saucy way, basically. Yeah. Let me see. Flaming penguin, make that your hobby to distract people from their work and steal it from them. What the fuck? Flippers, what the hell, man? Louis says, like I said, scam artist. But scamming sounds interesting. Oh boy. You are also good at imitating people's brother, so kidnapping people's never mind. I'm say so. Sure you are. We are all children of holiness. How do you spell holiness? No! What? Holiness is this. What? What are the other ones? What? Blessed. But talk about scamming. Here's another thing. Like I watched a video the other day. You know, I'm really not supposed to watch videos. I'm really supposed to work, but I get distracted and I watch videos on YouTube. I'm really not supposed to, but I do. And it was a video about pickpocketing. Like there was this guy on. He was explaining like how he was like reviewing pickpocketing scenes in movies, and he was like, yeah, that's absolutely how it happens. Unfortunately, you know, like so, Penguin, what do you think about picking up pickpocket? I don't. It's probably a bad idea to suggest this to you. I don't know why I'm suggesting this to you. Now you know how to hijack radio waves, so if you learn how to pickpocket too, I feel like you're going towards a very, very specific job description, which is not a very conventional. Hey, you guys are the ones who started talking about scamming, man. Penguin is the one who says, but scamming sounds interesting. You guys started it, not me. 俺じゃない。We'll be back soon. Let's just go. Personal conversations are no personal. No kids. No personal conversations. Keep quiet. Keep quiet and don't have personal conversations. And then I'll just make them go, yes, sir. Okay. Okay. Probably yes, sir is probably better. I mean, I feel like the dynamic between teacher and student in Japan is more respectful. Because they're sensei, right? They're sensei. In my school, we'll just go okay. We'll just go okay. 元気に答える生徒 more like in my school we wouldn't even reply. We wouldn't reply. We had drills and we were like we'll be in line, right? We have to line up, right? And then we have to go down the stairs together because you know it's a fire drill and you can't use elevators, you use the stairs. So we'd go down the stairs and the teacher would be like, stay calm, and like no talking. We'd still talk pretty much. Quietly. We talk quietly, but we still talk. And the teachers wouldn't care. Whatever. I tried pickpocketing already, it didn't go well. Ha! I tried lockpicking instead. He already knows how to lockpick. Oh wait, oh, was that Louise? Oh, did it confuse you too? I can only pick my pocket. I don't think that's called picking pockets, but sure, okay, start. Crispy is really putting her foot down, huh? Is really going, I'm say so. You're really insisting on it, huh? Alright. I've never done no crimes. That means you have done crimes. Double negative, Crispy. Double negative. The grammar. You know? Only took some M&Ms when I was like 5, but I didn't know it was stealing. Wait, so did I confuse you guys? So Penguin, you don't know how to lockpick. It's only Louise who knows how to. No, Louise knows how to pickpocket. Someone knows how to lockpick. I seem to remember. Or am I just confusing the word pick? I tried pickpocketing my teacher's USB, which had my class presentation on it because I wanted to change something and return the USB, but messed up the returning part. What the fuck? You noob. You noob. You should watch those videos about like misdirection, you know? like go to the teacher and go like, teacher, and like with an open book, right? And then go like, hey teacher, can you explain this to me? And then like return the thing with your other hand under the book. That's what I learned from the video yesterday. Learning all the necessary stuff. I do know how to lockpick. That's me. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. There you go. And Louis says I can do both. What? Why are my fans like this? Why are you guys my fans? Are you? Why do I feel like? I mean, I don't mind. It's not like you're gonna lockpick me. So I mean, technically, it doesn't really affect me. So, all right. Flippers. Wow, who am I chatting with? I'm Sis. I don't know how to do any of those. Wow. Sure you're Flippers. You're very say so. All the say so. If you say so. 元気に答える生徒たちに微笑み、エビナは日の影を連れて自称警備員についていく。日の影は自称警備員を不審そうにじろじろ見ていたが、とりあえずおとなしい。Ebina smiled at his students. Smiled in response to his students' answer. Chorus. Then followed behind the self-claimed guard with hinokage into. Hinokage looked at the guard with suspicion in her eyes. But for now, she remained obedient. With suspicion in her eyes. Sus. So sus. Ha! She should be happy his fans are so quirky and diverse. The thing is, you're not diverse. There are two of you that knows how to lockpick. That's two of you. And Louis says he knows how to pickpocket. That's not diverse. That's the same skill set of a very, very unique, whatever. 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 Louis says, I'm at your door, Taishi. Little do you know, I'm yandere. So that's how I know all this. Bro, man, if you're one, I keep saying this every week. I say this all the time, but one, if you're able to come to Hong Kong in the middle of this pandemic, good on you. I would applaud you. And if you can actually come to Hong Kong, actually contact me. I'll meet up with you. Let's go get food. You don't have to look at my house. Just call me up. I'll come have a meal with you. We can go to karaoke together or something. We languages know many. I think I'll just go get into a new religion and learn about it in detail. Bruh! That's not a hobby. That's not a hobby. That's being converted. that is not a hobby. Okay, hold on. I laughed at it. Just knee-jerk reaction. I laughed at it, but because it's not a hobby. But I actually think it's a pretty good idea. It never hurts to learn more about the other religions out there, because it helps you understand how these people think. That's always a good idea. I had religion class at school. One of the years we had religion class, and we basically just went over how we went through the major religions out there, and sort of what they believe in, the major tenets of their scriptures, and how they view the world, what is their worldview, for example how they view, the lens with which they see the world, sort of how they see the world was created, right? That informs how you think of the world, right? And also the goals of each religion, what they say the adherents should strive for. So that would be sort of a motivation for how these people live. That's this sort of thing is always good to learn about other people. You don't necessarily have to convert into their faith, right? Learn about it, because it's just good. That helps you sort of to understand people better, and it's always better to understand people than to not understand people, right? Basically. Yep, learning about other POVs is very informational and very healthy. Exactly. It's just like learning a different language. I also very much recommend people learn languages, because when you learn a different language, you can think about things in a different way, right? And with a broader horizon, it's always better to have a broader horizon, because it keeps the broader your horizon is, the more of an open mind you have. And learning about other people's religions is the exact same thing. In that, it broadens your horizon and it helps you understand people. So that's, yeah. Yep, that's exactly what I'm aiming for. I really like to expand my horizons by learning about these religions. Exactly. There you go. Go for it. Very much recommended. Right. And also, part of it is an unintended benefit to this is, especially if you learn Buddhism, then it would help you understand anime better. Because anime makes a lot of references to Buddhism, if you didn't know. Like, it references Shintoism a lot, obviously. You know, like all the kitsune, all the foxes, right? And all the, you know, like Amaterasu, you know, like here, like in this series, we have Amaterasu and we have Tsukuyomi. That's Shintoism. But anime also references Buddhism a lot. For example, one of the very, 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 very common one is Shiteno. The 4 heavenly generals or whatever. Like, this is a thing that happens a lot in anime. This is from Buddhism, and it is from here. What's okay, Sailor Moon? Okay, see, case in point, it's in Sailor Moon. Queen Barrel's 4 generals. Okay, why is this all Sailor Moon? Why is everything on the first page Sailor Moon? Why is everything Sailor Moon? No. See, the 4 heavenly kings are a group of gods from Buddhist mythology, all protecting a continent that surrounds Mount Shumisha. It's, I mean, there are different mythologies and everything, but like, yeah, this is one of the unintended side effects of learning Buddhism. You get to enjoy anime more. It gives you that little extra understanding. Having religious talk. Wow, we are talking about living in fridges. I didn't know the 4 heavenly generals was a Buddhism thing. Learned something new today. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff in Buddhism, man. Like the Hanya, that's Buddhist. So that's the that's Buddhist. Devas are Buddhist. There's a lot basically. So you would enjoy it. You would enjoy it, I think, especially the Buddhism one. I mean, I'm not saying that you would do this for the enjoyment, but like it's, you know, you can look forward to it. It's pretty interesting, yeah. And I would recommend that you actually get a book for it, a proper book for it, instead of like looking stuff up on the internet. Because the thing with the internet is you have a lot of information on the internet. It's all very, very accessible, but that also means it's all very broken up. It's very splintered. You get like a little bit, you get like a little tidbit here, you get a little tidbit there. You don't get like full, complete narrative or a full like couture. Do I say couture? Like you don't get the thing that is good about books is like it's one person who's writing it, so there's one person who wants to convey a certain like their understanding of this entire thing, right? And then there's an editor who sort of edits it and stuff like that. So if you really want to learn about like a different religion or whatever, like borrow a book, go to the library, go to the local library and borrow books on it. I would recommend that instead of looking it up on the internet. Like once you have the basic understanding, like a basic picture, then all the tidbits on the internet would sort of make more sense to you. Dash Exposed loves Sailor Moon. I've actually never watched Sailor Moon. Does your work distraction complete? Damn it! Right. Damn it. I would enjoy learning about those things. It would help with manga work. If you're doing this for manga, then Buddhism. Definitely. Learn Buddhism and also learn Shintoism. Ebisen. 物々しい足音で進む自称警備員の後ろについて歩きながら、日の影がそれを引っ張り、背伸びして支えてくる。エビナは身をかがめてさやき返した。何かな？ As the teacher and Ebina walked behind the as the guard tramped ahead, stomped ahead. Monomonoshi o ashioto. Monomonoshi means like it's like, you know, it's I wouldn't say overdone, exaggerated. It's sort of like this. Like it's heavy, right? Heavy footsteps, right? Heavy footsteps. How should we do this? I want my main heroine to be Benzaiten. I hope I'm getting the right goddess though. Benzaiten is a pretty famous goddess as well. Because you're talking about Benzaiten, you know, that reminds me of what was that name? Starting with the letter N. What was that name? What was the anime starting with the letter N? Benzaiten. N. Noragami. There you go. Noragami. So Noragami shows a lot of the Shinto mythology people. So it... Damn it. Whatever. So... I mean, I'm not saying that they're necessarily accurate, but it does go over a lot of the Shinto gods and goddesses. So... yes, that would be a good series to watch if you want to learn more about Shintoism. I mean, it wouldn't necessarily be Shintoism that you're learning about. It's more just the names. It's familiarizing yourself with the names and sort of how they portray. Like this is the god of wealth, or this is the goddess of war, you know, that sort of thing. Tramped ahead with heavy footsteps. Hinokage tugged Ebina's sleeve, 引っ張り背伸びして支えていく and got on her tiptoes to indicating her intention to whisper. Ebina That's not it. She's actually whispering, right? This is whispered. This is whispered, and we don't need this. And tugged his sleeve and got on her tiptoes to whisper to him. As the guard tramped ahead with heavy footsteps, boom, 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 Hinokage tugged Ebina's sleeve and got on her tiptoes to whisper to him, to whisper in his ear. He 身をかがめる do. He bent himself forward to respond. Whisper back in response. What is it? Just like how I'm the goddess of say so. Flippers. Sure. If you say so. That's gonna be my to-go to answer whenever you say that. I heard there's over 8 million Shinto gods out there. Pretty wild. That's not actually true. Oh, that's okay. Now I'm giving you a lesson on Shintoism. That's not actually true. It is said that there are 8 million gods out there because the word 8 million represents a lot. Basically, that's like it sounds better to say there are 8 million gods out there than there are a lot of gods out there, right? Like giving it a sort of a more specific number that's sort of all the way up there, like whoo, all the way in the atmosphere, makes it sound more like impressive than just there are a lot. Like who cares if there's a lot, right? But if there's like 8 million, it's like, wow, that's a lot. Wow, so it's not necessarily that they have 8 million actual names of actual gods and goddesses in their mythology. The reason why they think there are so many gods, when I say gods, I'm going to include goddesses, okay? The reason why they think there are so many gods is because they believe that there is a god in everything. In the stones, in the rivers, in the mountains, in the trees. So that sort of informs them to sort of like, that's sort of behind the Japanese idea of like treating things with respect and sort of like being careful with things, right? Like there's a god in everything, so you don't want to anger the god. You don't want to like mishandle something and anger the god, right? So it's said that there are 8 million gods, but the meaning behind the saying is there are an infinite number of gods. So that's what it is. Taishi's really teaching me a lot of Buddhism and Shinto today. I don't know why. How did we get here? Why am I giving religion lesson on stream? Should have went with a Googleplex of gods. What is Googleplex? I actually don't know what a Googleplex is. Googleplex. What is a Googleplex? Equivalent to 10 raised to the power of Google. That is not helpful. Not helpful at all. Let me see. 1 followed by 10 to the 100 zeros. That's 1 followed by Google zeros. Fuck you. Googleplex is number 10, or equivalently 10 to the 10 to the 100, written out in ordinary decimal notation. It is 1 followed by 10 to the 100 zeros. So that's a lot. Fair enough. Yeah, they probably couldn't use the word, for copyright reasons, right? Would you mind telling me what Benzaiten is the goddess of? I don't remember. I'll have to look it up. Here we go. Benzaiten is a Japanese Buddhist goddess who... Benzaiten, also known as Benten, is a Japanese Buddhist goddess who originated from the Hindu goddess Saraswati. Worship of Benzaiten arrived in Japan through the 6th through 8th centuries, mainly via the Chinese translations of the Sutra of Golden Light, which has a section devoted to her. She is also mentioned in the Lotus Sutra and often depicted holding a biwa, a traditional Japanese lute, just as Saraswati holds a veena. Benzaiten is a syncretic entity with both a Buddhist and a Shinto aspect. Benzaiten was worshipped as the personification of wisdom in the Tokugawa period. There you go. That's the answer. As the personification of wisdom. So if you want wisdom, worship Benzaiten. Or Benten. There you go. Sarasvati is the Indian name. Taishi finally filling his role as an angel. I know, right? I know. It all started because Penguin wanted to learn something new. It's all Penguin's fault, man. Well, I mean, in this case, I wouldn't say fault. It's not a bad thing. It's not a bad thing. Though next week is gonna be such a weird stream because it's gonna be so short because we only have like a little bit left, man. You know what? I'm gonna see how much we can go until the time today. If it's just like a little bit more, I might just go a little bit more because it might be like half an hour more only. That's what we're gonna do. Yep. 何かなこれ、分断作戦じゃないの You look... It's because you guys distracted me so much this week. We went on so many detours. We talked religion! For God's sake. For God's sake. 有力者の市場を狙ってるって設定なんでしょこうやって一人一人確立させるのって定番でしょ口車に乗せてさ、離れたところまで連れてってさ、先生を殺してさ、私を人質にしてさ。Isn't this 分断作戦？The strategy of divide and conquer. The setting is that the terrorists are here to kidnap children of influential parents, right? The children with influential parents, right? こうやって一人一人孤立させるのって定番でしょ It's a pretty 定番 standard. It's pretty standard. It's pretty standard to break us up into small groups like this. Convince us to break away in pairs, then they kill you and take me hostage. That's エビナは言い及んだ。エビナ wasn't sure what to say. Or Ebina struggled to find words to say. Or yeah, I think this is fine as is. Do karaoke for celebration. What celebration? Free chat with Taishi. Honghe. Yeah, chat stream. One day we'll finally get a free chat stream. Should we? It would be such a weird... it would be the first one I've ever done. I wouldn't know how to prepare for it. I mean, I'd be open to it. That would be the same as this, but who cares? Shush. This is not a free chat stream. Shush. We have a mission. We have a job here. Kind of like flailing penguin kidnapping children as a hobby, eh? Hobby, eh? Flippers. Hobby, eh? Endurance stream to help Penguin find a hobby. I mean, we sort of found something for him, right? He's gonna look up religions now, so we could do that. Or what? Like, should I give the lessons? That would be such a weird stream. That would be such a weird fucking stream. You know, like a thumbnail. It's like ENJP translator gives a lesson on Buddhism. It's so unrelated, completely unrelated. Or I make the thumbnail and I put like my avatar and I do like a thinking pose and go like, what is Buddhism? And then in the description of the video I go like, hey guys, this came up in a stream the other day, so I thought it would be a good idea to sort of give a lesson on what Buddhism is. It would be so weird. It would be so weird. No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. 自称警備員ことテロリスト役の皆さんは芦野原学園に有力者の市場を狙ってやってきたという想定で動いている。そして日影美香は大病院の院長の一人娘。確かにこれが訓練でなければ生徒たちを置いて有力者の市場を連れのこのこ銃器を持った正体不明の男についていくのはうかつすぎたかもしれない。Story behind the drill was based on the story that these school guards claiming to be terrorists were attacking the school to target the children with influential parents. And Hinokage Mikyo was the sole daughter. Is the daughter of the director of a large hospital. 確かにこれでこれが訓練 It was true that if this was not a drill, this situation was indeed Oh my god, Taishi teaching Shinto stream. Let's go. No. Taishi actually doing his job as an angel. No. But I'm an angel. Hold on, guys. What are confession streams where we confess our sins to the angel? It would take too long to do that. Too many things to confess, huh? Too many things to confess, huh? You guys would have to like fight to get opportunity to confess. That's so terrible. That's such a terrible idea. It was true that without context, this situation could be described as him noko 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 Koopa Troopa. That is not that is not it. That is not it at all. Why? How could you get this so wrong? Nonchalantly is basically what it is. There we go. There we go. How could you get it so wrong? How? Nonchalantly? Following a strange man with a gun with with a VIP student. I'm not sure about calling her VIP, man. Following a strange man with a gun. Nonchalantly following a strange man with a gun. With a high-profile student in tow. After having left the rest of his students unattended. It was true that without context, this situation could be described as him nonchalantly following a strange man with a gun with a high-profile student in tow after having left the rest of his students unattended. If this was not a drill, that would be an absolutely careless, thoughtless. I wouldn't say careless. Let's see if we can find a good thing for this. No, not careful. Careless. Negligent. Was imprudent, to say the least. We could do that. An imprudent choice, to say the least. I'm hungry because I didn't eat breakfast, because I never eat breakfast. しかし訓練は訓練である. However, it was a drill. This was a drill. I remember seeing a streamer do a confession stream and it was so cursed. How would it be cursed? I'm actually sort of curious now. I mean, I imagine people would just say like the worst things, right? Like, for example, like, I confess that I have eaten a baby or something. Not my words. Jonathan Swift's words. But I imagine people would probably like think of the worst things they could say. So I suppose it would be cursed. I mean, it would be up to the streamer to sort of see if they could spin that into a funny thing, I suppose. Which I think I would be interested in doing. I would just tsukkomi everything. I would just tsukkomi everything. I suppose. If Tashi became an official VTuber for Niji-san no Hollow Stars, I could be a moderator. Hey, thank you. Be nice being a mod, but I don't think I'll be able to make it all streams. Plus, I don't have mod experience. Tashi and Sister Claire collab religion stream. I don't think Sister Claire really does religion much, does she? I think... See, the thing is, with major streamers, they can't actually go into actual religion because, you know, that's actually a touchy topic. Hers is more sort of like everybody feel good sort of thing. Like I'm starting to get a bit close to the line of what I'm supposed to and not supposed to say on what I should and shouldn't say on the stream. I feel like, but I feel like hers is more just like a fluffy, feel good, you know, like I love everybody, you know, like sort of like you're all accepted here, sort of thing. I mean, obviously she can't be like supporting any like specific religion. So it's there's no substance to it. I mean, it's totally fine. Like that's her character, and she's doing fine. Her fans love it. So I'm not dunking on it. That's not what this is. It's just I'm just saying like it wouldn't be a proper religion collab stream, whatever that is, because as a streamer, you can't really talk about religion properly, because if you do, then it's gonna be a whole thing. The first thing is, there's no one correct interpretation of any single religion, right? Like for Christianity, you have denomination. You have the Catholic Church, you have the Eastern Orthodox, and then you have the Protestants. And Protestants have so many denominations. And I imagine it's the same for many other religions. Buddhism, there's Zen Buddhism, there's Maitreya Buddhism, there's Buddhism where they think Buddha is not a god. It's if you sort of talk about what it is, like if you go on stream and and if I really do like a Buddhism stream and go like, this is what Buddhism teaches and blah blah blah, like, you know, people would be like, no, that's not what I understand Buddhism to be. You know, in Japan, our understanding of Buddhism is different than in China or in India. It's like the religion moved from India to China to Japan, and it sort of changed along the way. You know, it wouldn't be an actual thing. it wouldn't happen. Yeah, streaming leans into being open to all. Yep, that's basically it. And the thing with religion is, it's supposed to challenge you, isn't it? Because like religion is, the idea behind religion is it sort of challenges you towards a greater good. Because, you know, if everybody is fine the way they are, there wouldn't be a need for religion. You know, there wouldn't be a need to say like what is good, what is bad, what is morality. You know, there wouldn't be a need for that. So religion challenges you to sort of strive for something else, something higher, something to do something better, to sort of be a better self or whatever. And that challenge is, well, it's challenging, isn't it? And so not everybody likes that, you know, because everybody is in a different stage of their lives. You know, some people are not as open to being challenged where they are, because, you know, they're still coming to terms with themselves or something. Different people are in different places, right? And religion is a very personal thing. It's very, very personal, right? So if you actually get into actual religion, it's challenging to people, and people don't like it, and so that turns people away. So, and that's antithetical to what it means to be like a streamer for one of those big companies, because you want more fans, you want to reach more people, which is absolutely fine, because that is what they're here. They're not here to provide religious guidance. They're here to entertain people and to help people have a good day, and to sort of give people put a smile on people's faces and stuff like that, you know, which is entirely fine. That's their job, and they're doing that properly. It's just a different job description, different purpose than what religion is, right? And chat gets crazy enough with mundane things. Can't imagine anything like religion. I should focus on work. We need to finish this. Right. Fuck. Right. Okay. Sorry. Alright. Shut up. You guys are the ones distracting me. これは訓練をスムーズに進めるために説明を受けるだけだし、最悪でも黄色か赤の旗を渡されて、負傷、死亡判定です。上級するまで動かないようにしてくださいと言われるだけだろう。This was original, and he was currently following the terrorist to get instructions for how to carry out the rest of the drill smoothly. Worst case, he would just get a yellow or red card and be told, you are now injured or dead. Please don't move until the drill is over. Right? So, 大丈夫。日中江さ先生が守るから。It's fine. It's fine. I'll protect you. No matter what happens. 日の影くん。I'm here to protect you. And はぁ銃持ったテロリスト相手に先生が何ができるのはWhat do you think you can do against a terrorist with a gun? Which is a correct question. Which is a good question. It is a correct. 安心させようと言ったセリフにはあからさまな長所が書いてきた。さすがにイラッとする。全く可愛げのない子供だ。Ebina had said what he said to reassure the girl, but she responded with 長所 ridicule. All he got in return was ridicule. Even he could not help but to get slightly irked. 全く可愛げのない子供だ。可愛げ。She's so not lovable. Could she be any less lovable? Well, I mean, we don't really want a teacher to think of children, of his students, as being lovable, do we? That's not quite it. How should we do this? Let's delete that line for Ebina's honor. How can you reword this? This has probably been the most distraction-filled stream. God damn. I don't know if I asked this in a previous stream, but are there any games you're looking forward to? Yes, there are. I'm not gonna announce them now. Like any games releasing this year. If it's like big games, I probably don't have time to play any of them. So no. You know, I've been figuring out how to animate flailing penguin this whole time. Really? I would really want to see it. So upload it to Twitter when you're done. You reverse translate by that, I mean translate English to Japanese. What? What are you talking about? 全く可愛げのない子供だ。Okay, we're all a little bit left. 可愛げのない子供だ。I'm thinking of something like, did she have to poke me there? Or like, something like that. Or like, does she have to have such a pokey personality? That's not correct English, is it? Pokey. You know what? I'm gonna leave it like this for now. とりあえずこの。はい、じゃあ入ってください。まあ、そんなに長い話はしませんが。Alright, please step in here. It's not going to take all that long. Anyways. 空き教室のドアを開けて促され、海老名は言われるがまま中に入った。日の影もうさんくさそうに自称警備員をほとんど睨むように見上げたが、抵抗せずに後に続く。あまり暗い部屋でもないのに、入り口の電灯スイッチを押したのは癖だろうか。最後に入った自称警備員はドアを閉じめ、鍵をかけた。海老名、walked into an empty classroom that the terrorist gestured toward. Hinokage glared up, looked up at the man. Terrorist gestured. Let's go self-claimed. Guard gestured. Gestured toward an empty classroom. So Ebina walked in. Hinokage looked at up at him. うさんくさそう。Such suspicion. Distrust. With such distrust. She was almost glaring. But she also followed suit without particularly doing anything. Without putting up any resistance. あまり暗い部屋でもないのに入り口の電灯スイッチを押したの癖だろうか。Even though the room was not all that dark, she still flipped the lights on as if it was habit. As if by force of habit. 最後に入った自称警備員はドアを閉じめ、鍵をかけた。Then the self-claimed guard followed them in. Closed the door and turned the lock. Ha 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 ha. Here we go. Things are happening. I just imagine a penguin waving the arms excitedly and running back and forth. That works. Petty. Rigid personality. What were we talking about? No, Oh, 全く可愛げのない. What a petty child. Maybe petty is not quite the right word for it here. Let me check, just in case. Just in case. Narrow interests and sympathies. Small-minded. Yeah, it's technically it is slightly off. Slightly off. So not quite. One sharp tongue is as sharp as ever. Sure. Yeah, I think acidic tongue is probably Japanese. Sasuna. You wanna die saying that? You know, I've never actually played Among Us before, and I've never really watched an Among Us stream either. Yeah, I actually haven't watched much of one. I haven't watched a full Among Us stream before. So I do kind of want to try playing the game. It would probably be a lot of trouble arranging schedules for 8 different people. Absolute headache. はい、これで、それでこれからの計画なんですけど、これ見るのが分かりやすいですね。自主警備員がポケットから折りたたまれた紙を出し、手招きしてくる。そして、近寄って、So, about the rest of what's going to happen, here, would make things. Here, I think this paper explains it pretty well. I think this paper explains it pretty well. Are we starting a sentence again with the self-claimed guard? I don't like it. Took out a folded piece of paper from a pocket and beckoned with his hand. そして近寄って白紙の紙を覗き込んだ海老名は頭をOh, action. Oh. How do we read this? 重傷でしたたかに殴られた。何が起きたのか分からず、衝撃とともに暗転する視界の中で、海老名は緊張にこわばった顔をした広がる足元から影が立ち上がったのを見た気がした。ほーへーWait, what? How has the internet not corrupted you with Among Us? It was so popular a while back to the point basically everyone in the world touched the game for a bit. Well, I mean, as I said, I don't really watch streams that I don't translate, and it's absolutely impossible to translate Among Us streams, right? So, yeah, I just didn't watch any of those streams, and I don't really watch. I mean, I've watched a few clips of the Hololive members playing Among Us, so I've a general idea of what the game is. But, you know, yeah, as I said, I haven't watched the full stream, and I don't have 8 friends with convenient schedules to play with me, so I have never played it myself either. That's just how it is. I mean, I know all the memes. When Ibina walked over and bent his head, walked over to peer into the paper, the terrorist brought the stock of his gun down. Hit him hard in the back of his head with the stock of his gun. Boom! 何が起きたのか分からず衝撃とともに暗転する視界の中でhis field of vision tilted Ooh, okay. I think we need to break the sentence up somehow. 何が起きたのかわからず So he has no idea what just happened. 衝撃とともに、暗転する視界の中で So there's the impact. Field of vision is tilted. And the Ebina is there's Mikyo's face, which is colored with kowabatta. Stiffened face. And shadows rising from her feet. Okay, we have to make this into a sentence, and this is the last thing. This is the last thing that we're doing. We're almost done, guys. We're almost done. 8+ people talking at once is pain. Don't tell me, man. Would you join a collab for the game? I mean, look, if someone else would arrange it and invite me, I would definitely join. Because then I don't have to arrange anything. It would just show up and let's do it. Sure, I would 100% do it. I cannot imagine the amount of pain it would be to arrange it myself, though. And hi at Tornado Music. First time seeing you. Thank you for dropping by. Hey. It's just a simple werewolf game, to be honest. Yes, it is. The game is not the hard part. The hard part is getting everybody together, right? At the same... Understandable, I used to play on public servers because no friends to play with, which are very toxic and painful, by the way. I don't have friends either, so yay. The goal line, yeah, okay, let's finish this. I have no friends, that's why I fell down rabbit hole. That's all of our stories. So I guess now we're all friends. We're all just friends now. You can just go in a public lobby though. It's not as fun when it's a public lobby, right? Because it's when you're friends and you get to backstab your friends and you get to lie about it to your other friends. See? That's the fun in it, isn't it? That's the fun in it. Public lobbies is whatever, man. People that's half the fun, man. That's only half as fun. Not as fun, man. No. It's when you get to backstab your friends, right? And then you lie about it, and you make other friends mistrust another friend, and vote him out, and you go, yes. See, that's the fun in it. Okay, this sentence, how do you do this? How about like still confused by what was happening? No, caught completely off guard. Nah, I don't. Field of vision tilted as confusion and shock filled his brain. For a split second, he caught the sight of Hinokage stiffened face followed by what appeared to be shadows rising from ashimoto. From underneath her feet. What do you think about this? What do you think about this? Eminer's field of 何が起きたのか分からず so he has no idea what happened 衝撃とともに暗転する視界の中で has tilted let's go rapidly as confusion and shock filled his brain. For a split second, he caught sight of Hironkage's stiffened face, followed by what appeared to be shadows rising from underneath her feet. I think this is it. I think this is it. Yeah. Public lobbies are so dead, everyone there is so brain dead. Okay. Taishi gets it. Taishi gets it. You're saying some really questionable stuff today. You should see Taishi when he's playing Yakuza. That time I became a VTuber and made friends with my chat because I was alone. Hey, I don't like that. I am in the picture and I don't like it. I think this is it. I think this is it. We are done. We are finally done. We're half an hour over time. Sorry about that. we detoured a lot more than half an hour today, I feel like. But, yay! We are done. Thank you, everybody, for coming to today's stream. I will try to get this out this Saturday. I will try my best. I don't know. I'm a bit behind on my schedule right now. I'm kind of really behind, but I will try my best. But for now, thank you very much for coming to the stream. Thank you very much for staying to the end, actually, even though we went overtime. I hope you guys enjoyed. We talked about a lot of weird things today. We went on a very, very huge detour. But, you know, I hope you enjoyed. All right, you guys have a great rest of the day. And I'll see you again next time. Next stream from me is the piano stream for 2 days later. So, there you go. Cheers. Bye-bye.